It's why we stand with the Philippines and stand by our ironclad defense commitments, including under the Mutual Defense Treaty. Article 4 extends to armed attacks on the Filipino Armed Forces, public vessels, aircraft, including those of its Coast Guard, anywhere in the South China Sea.
Napaka good news mga kalahi, oil at gas research o pagsaliksik sa East Palawan umuusad na, kaalyadong bansa ang kapartner ng Pilipinas na isa sa may malakas na kakayahan ng kagamitang militar sa mundo. Matapos ang ilang taong pagka-antala, heto na't pinayagan na ng Department of Energy ang kumpanya mula Israel na magsagawa ng pag-aaral o magsaliksik sa East Palawan Basin. Ano kalahi kung kayo ang tatanungin, payag ba kayo na Israel at hindi China ang magiging kapartner ng Pilipinas sa pag-extract ng gas at langis dyan sa East Palawan Basin? US State Secretary Anthony Blinken dumating na sa Pilipinas at makipagpulong kay President Bongbong Marcos Jr. at sa mga opisyal ng Marcos administration. Secretary Blinken nagbigay ng matinding pahayag sa harap ng ating mga kalahi at sa mga reporter. Ayon sa opisyal, maninindigan sila na poprotektahan ang Pilipinas laban sa mga nagbabanta sa ating soberanya. Ayon sa Secretary, papairalin ang kasunduang nilagdaan noong 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty na kapaloob sa treaty, pag-atake sa sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas, water canoeing, water blocking and food security treaty.
The alliance has never been stronger, but we not only have to sustain that, we have to continue to accelerate the momentum. The Philippines is our oldest ally in the Indo-Pacific, more than 70 years working together to promote peace and security in the region. The EDCA expansion is strengthening that further, creating new locations for access to work together on humanitarian assistance, on disaster relief, including, for example, relief after the recent typhoons, and as well as creating greater interoperability, modernizing our military with real and important benefits for local communities. We have a shared concern about the PRC's actions that threaten our common vision for a free, open Indo-Pacific, including in the South China Sea and in the Philippines Exclusive Economic Zone. Repeated violations of international law and the rights of the Philippines, water cannons, blocking maneuvers, close shadowing, other dangerous operations. These waterways are critical to the Philippines, to its security, to its economy, but they're also critical to the interests of the region, the United States, and the world. It's why we stand with the Philippines and stand by our ironclad defense commitments, including under the Mutual Defense Treaty. Article 4 extends to armed attacks on the Filipino Armed Forces, public vessels, aircraft, including those of its Coast Guard, anywhere in the South China Sea. Most important is we stand together in our determination to uphold international law for the Philippines, for everyone else, against any provocative action. As the Foreign Secretary mentioned, we're also deepening our cooperation with partners who share this commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific. The trilateral with Japan is a very important platform for building even greater stability and deepening peace. Just over the past year, our governments have increased cooperation on a whole host of shared priorities, not only security, but economic cooperation, humanitarian assistance, critical infrastructure. We've had trilateral meetings over the past year to include meetings between myself, Ricky, and our Japanese counterpart, the Vice President, President Marcos, and Prime Minister Kishida, National Security Advisor Sullivan and his counterparts, and this week in Tokyo, Deputy Secretary of State Kurt Campbell will be meeting with his counterparts. All of this leading to the summit meeting between President Biden, President Marcos, Prime Minister Kishida at the White House on April 11th, the first trilateral leader summit with the United States, the Philippines, and Japan. We're constantly expanding this partnership to meet bigger challenges, to seize bigger opportunities, including semiconductors, and you heard the Foreign Secretary reference that. I had a chance today to visit the Amcor facility, which is quite remarkable. But if you look at what the Philippines is doing in this area, it's already extraordinary. The Philippines has about 20% of the global market for assembly, for testing, for packaging. And of course, it's a big part of the Philippines economy, representing about 12% of its GDP. But we want to support Filipino manufacturing, decrease dependencies, strengthen global supply chains. In November, we launched a partnership under the CHIPS and Science Act to explore opportunities to grow and to diversify semiconductor supply chains. During the mission that Secretary Mundo recently conducted very successfully, this presidential trade mission last week, we announced plans to invest an additional $1 billion in the Filipino tech sector and to double the number of semiconductor factories here in the Philippines.
It is extremely encouraging for the Philippines that despite all of these extremely important issues that you have to attend to, that you consider the Philippines important enough to take time from all of the globally important issues to come with us in the Philippines here today. It is important that we continue to do that, and the opportunities such as this are maybe few and far between, but they remain valuable and important to both our countries.
Even as we have these other challenges that we have to confront around the world, as I mentioned to you earlier, our focus, our determination when it comes to the Indo-Pacific and our engagement there, and specifically the relationship between our countries, could not be greater, could not be stronger, could not be more determined. We really have a tremendous need, imperative on the strongest possible partnership, and we're grateful for the partnership.